Some children don't lose their childhood loudly. They don't rebel. They don't break down. They don't announce the moment it ends. They just wake up one day and realize someone has to be responsible. And somehow, it becomes them. This is the psychology of a child who grew up too fast. No one officially promoted them to adult. Life did. Psychologists call the first pattern parentification. This happens when a child is forced to manage emotions, their own or someone else's, long before they're ready. They become the calm one, the problem solver, the emotional support system. They learn to regulate chaos. They learn to stay strong. But they also learn something dangerous. My feelings can wait. They weren't born mature. They became mature because there was no other option. Second is survival independence. When support is inconsistent, the brain adapts. The child stops asking for help, stops expecting comfort, stops believing someone will show up. So they show up for themselves. From the outside, they look strong, capable, independent. But internally, trusting others feels risky, because relying on someone once felt unsafe. So they carry everything alone, even when they don't have to anymore. Third is what psychologists call split maturity. When responsibility comes too early, some parts of the personality grow fast, and others freeze. They might be wise beyond their years, serious, reliable, yet inside there's a part that still feels unseen, still confused, still longing for safety. They learned how to provide, but not how to receive. Fourth, rest feels uncomfortable. For many who grew up too fast, calmness doesn't feel peaceful. It feels suspicious. Because in childhood, silence often meant something bad was coming next. So their nervous system stays alert, even when nothing is wrong. They feel valuable when needed, but uneasy when idle. Their body learned that hyper-awareness equals safety, and that pattern doesn't disappear overnight. Fifth is guilt around needing care. When you grow up being the strong one, asking for help feels wrong. Receiving love feels heavy. Depending on someone feels like burdening them. So they minimize their needs. They apologize for wanting support. They convince themselves they don't need much. But deep down, they do. And finally, guarded empathy. Children who grow up too fast become emotionally intelligent. They sense tension instantly. They read rooms quickly. They anticipate problems before they happen. But they also build walls, because they know how exhausting it is to care without protection. If you grew up too fast, psychology doesn't say you're broken. It says your nervous system adapted early. You learned responsibility before safety, strength before softness, independence before trust. But healing doesn't mean losing your strength. It means realizing you don't have to carry everything anymore. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to need. You're allowed to be cared for. So ask yourself honestly, did you grow up being the responsible one before you were ready? And are you still carrying that weight, even now?